Good afternoon. I'm Hella Schwartz-Grossman, Marketing Manager at Worldox. I'm pleased to welcome you to today's webinar, which is part of our new Legal Technology webinar series scheduled for Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We started this series as a means to introduce some of our partners and provide them with an opportunity to share details about their applications and technology with you. It is exciting to work with our partners and help them bring the information to you. Before we get started with today's webinar, just a few housekeeping items. The webinar will be recorded and the link will be emailed to you afterwards. Everyone is muted right now, but if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the GoToWebinar questions pane, and we'll address questions at the end of the webinar. Today, we would like you to meet DocStyle. DocStyle is an intelligent solution for creating, automating, and managing styles within Microsoft Word. Documents aren't always received as Word files and all too often show up as a PDF. Legal-specific PDF files can be converted cleanly by DocStyle, creating flowing Word documents ready for editing. Join Chris Cangero, Chief Executive Officer, and Adrian Bailey, Chief Architect at DocStyle, as they show you how DocStyle buys time, learn how the essential tools empower you to process documents quickly and save thousands of hours better spent on profitable tasks. Thank you in advance for the attention you'll be giving this webinar today. And Chris, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Hella. We're very happy to be here with everyone today. The Legal Technology webinar series is a wonderful event, and we're proud to be a partner with Worldox and proud to participate. My name, as Hella said, is Chris Cangero. I'm the Chief Executive Officer here at DocStyle. I'm joined today by Adrian Bailey, who's our Chief Architect and who's the lead programmer for the solution. DocStyle, as Hella mentioned, is a solution for automating and managing styles in Microsoft Word, and everything in and around it is about styling documents. The problems that we run into when we are dealing with documents in a legal setting is really simply, in the beginning, it's building a proper document. There are varying degrees of skill level. Understanding the difference between Word and PDF files is often something that people struggle to grasp with. And the collaborative process suffers when you're trying to share these documents, work on them together, work on them by sending them back and forth, and edit them. There is a very large degree of difficulty with the different skill sets inside of Microsoft Office from the different people who are involved. And that brings us to an inefficient use of personnel. An inefficient use of personnel to us is having 100 attorneys sending one document a day to the 10 people in the firm who are skilled and proficient in Microsoft Word. And we understand that the responsibility of the attorney is to focus on the legal aspect of the document, but we've decided that we could help with that process by building a solution that would try to address the concept of repurposing a document, whether it come from PDF or starts out as a Word document, utilize the content that's inside that may be relevant to what you're working on at the moment, and repurpose a lot of that information that was created many years ago or many months ago in a related matter or for an older client that is relevant. So what powers DocStyle? What makes it work? The engine behind DocStyle is an intelligent formatting recognition engine. We recognize the formatting inside the document, and we analyze the entire document. We group similarly formatted paragraphs together. We create numbering and styles from those groupings, and we apply them to the paragraphs in the document. The types of formatting that we can recognize in Word document, it's bold, underline, italics, font size, font type. Coming from PDF, we can recognize headers and footers. We can recognize what should be a word table, and we bring that over respecting the way that Word is designed. So things like section breaks, we can pick up and cleanly identify where and when they should be created. The common document types that we support, of course, PDF and Word as file type, but we also support agreements, wills, pleadings, text-heavy, legal-focused documents that are designed, that DocStyle is designed to support best. We take a holistic approach to solving the problems that we talked about earlier. We believe that automation is the key to efficiency, and whether that come from styling Word documents or that is part of the PDF to Word conversion. DocStyle as a single solution is broken into two pieces, the DocStyle Ribbon and the DocStyle Desktop. The DocStyle Ribbon is responsible for document cleanup, numbering and cross-referencing, creating styles automatically. The DocStyle Desktop will largely be responsible for converting PDF to Word. And it's the focus of the PDF to Word conversion that's important. We are not trying to reproduce the PDF file identical to what each page looked like in PDF. We're trying to create a flowing Word document that does not require nearly as much cleanup as you would if you were bringing over the content trying to match up page for page. And with that being said, I'm going to turn over the presentation to Adrian Bailey, who's going to walk us through DocStyle, both the ribbon and the desktop. And one of the benefits of being part of the Worldox webinar series is we get to show GX integration today, GX4 integration today for the very first time.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, my name is Adrian. I hope everybody can see my screen okay. So today I'm going to take you through the DocStyle Ribbon and the DocStyle Desktop. We'll start with the ribbon, which lives inside of Microsoft Word. The ribbon is an efficient, flexible, and powerful set of tools to help you clean up and style your documents. Now, we won't have enough time to go through each function in depth, so first I'll briefly go through each section and explain its purpose at a high level, and then we'll take a deeper look at some of the most popular features. First is the cleanup group. The cleanup group consists of Create Clean Document, Change Format, and the DocStyle Toolbox. Create Clean Document takes a document and puts it into a clean shell. It removes the styles in the new document, but retains the look of the old document. You're also able to remove things such as headers and footers, section breaks during the process. Okay. Change Format is a fast way to change up the look of a document to match your firm format. The DocStyle Toolbox is a collection of cleanup tools that can be applied to any document as needed. It includes things such as converting quotes from straight to curly and vice versa, reflowing text in the document, and removing content from the header and footer. The automatic styles allows you to style either your selected text, the numbered paragraphs in the document, or the entire document with one click in a fully automated process. This will apply Word's built-in styles to the current document. The Insert group allows you to insert clean text from other sources into the active document. Insert PDF allows you to insert text from PDF files directly into your document. This feature uses our conversion algorithms to bring in text and allows you to select which pages are inserted and whether you want to insert the text from those pages as text or as images. Web Paste takes text from your clipboard and brings it into the document as clean text. You get a preview of the text before it is brought in and can decide what formatting is applied to the document. It is named Web Paste, but it can be used to bring in any text that is currently on the clipboard. The numbering group is one that we're definitely going to spend more time on today because it is so important. It contains the Create Outline, which allows you to create an outline either from scratch or from the text in the active document, and then save that outline as a scheme which can be used on future documents. Manage Schemes is where you organize and edit those saved schemes. You can import new ones and choose which schemes get applied to the document. Cross-referencing helps you find any typed references or broken references in the document and then link them to the appropriate numbered paragraphs. Create table of contents simply provides a dialog to help you generate a table of contents from the styles or from the formatting in the document. The advanced style group provides power users with much more control over which styles get applied to paragraphs in the document. These functions group similar paragraphs in the document together and allow you to decide which styles get applied to those formatting groups. It is intended for your document processors and advanced secretaries. The DocStyle settings is where you go to set up options that affect the functionality and look of DocStyle. In here, you can set up styles that are used by automatic styles group, the templates that are available for use in the application, and which buttons are displayed on the ribbon. Now, customized ribbon is of particular importance because of the range of features that DocStyle provides. You might not want all users to have easy access to all of these features. So customized ribbon allows you to set up profiles and save them so they can be distributed to different user groups. For instance, if I only wanted to have my cleanup section showing, I would simply deselect all of my buttons, just choose those 3 buttons, and then I could save this so I can have it for future use, and then click OK. And you see that the ribbon automatically updates to only show those 3 buttons. So it's very flexible in what you can do and what power you can give to different user groups. So that's a high-level tour of the ribbon. Now let's go through some of the features more closely, starting with Create Clean Document. Okay, so I'm going to open up a document for us to work with. Okay, now this document is about 10 pages long, but it contains a lot of the complex formatting that you would find inside of a much longer Word document. So it contains styles, of course, numbered paragraphs. We have text in the headers and footers. Okay, we have some cascading text and horizontal, vertical text there. Okay, you have footnotes, page numbers, change in your page orientation, and of course some tables. So we want to take this document and start clean so that we can apply our own styles and formatting. Maybe we suspect that there is some corruption that we want to take out, or maybe we just want to move it into a new shell. This is the purpose of Create Clean Document. So you can use Create Clean Document to perform cleanup on the document, such as removing blank paragraph marks, text in the header footer, lead-in tabs, tab stops, bookmarks, field codes. You can also decide how you want to treat your section breaks, column breaks, and your track changes. The clean document will get the normal template by default, but you can browse out to choose either your predefined templates that's set up by an administrator, or you can choose a file locally or from your DMS. So I'm just going to select this file here. Okay, and maybe I'll remove the text in the header footer in this document and click OK. Now this process is very efficient. This is only a 10-page document, so it's only going to take a few seconds, but cleaning a 100-page document is likewise very efficient and maybe only will take 30 seconds to go through. I'm going to show my style area here. So you can see that the document was styled, but everything is now in normal, but we still retain the look of the document. So everything is now directly formatted. We stripped out all of the numbers here, and I chose in this particular document to remove all of our headers and footers in the document. Okay, now that we have a clean document, we can use change format to quickly change up the look of this document. But first, I have to save this. Nice if I could spell. Okay. Okay, we can use change format to define the font size, justification, line spacing, space before and after, and margins to match our firm's standards. I already have this set up, so I'm gonna delete this and we'll start over. Okay. So I'm going to choose Career New here. Set up my font for 12. My justification is left. I want my line spacing to be single. I'm going to put space after 12 here and before. And I'm going to set my margins to 0.5 all the way around. Okay, after you set up your format, you can save this set for future use and distribution. Okay. And now I'm going to apply these settings that I just chose to the active document. Now, I purposely chose some formats in the dialog so we could see the changes more easily. You can see that the font has been changed throughout the document, and the alignment of all the paragraphs have been changed from justified to left aligned. And you can see that our margins have also been set to 0.5 all the way around. So you can set up different formats to match the different types of documents that you have inside the firm and very quickly apply the formatting to those documents. At this point, you could use any of the options inside of the DocStyle toolbox to do a little bit more cleanup. For instance, I could convert my quotes here around the word dynamic from curly to straight and back again. So you can use the DocStyle toolbox at any point in the process. And a lot of the tools there are recommendations made from our clients of the things that they would like to see there. So if there's anything that your firm uses that you would like us to make available there, we could do that also. Next, we're going to apply numbering to this document. Now, there are multiple ways to do that using DocStyle. You can use the Style Numbers button to have DocStyle automatically apply heading styles to the numbered paragraph, or you can use the numbering group to set up numbering yourself. So let's go through this. Let's go through the numbering group right now. So Create Outline button allows you to either create a numbering scheme from scratch or by reading the numbering from the document. We'll do both and save the schemes. So first, let's do Create Outline from text. You can see that DocStyle picks up the numbering in the document and groups similar numbered paragraphs together. You can then link a style to those groups that will then get applied in the document. So I'm going to choose my group here, my first group. I'm going to make that heading 1. And then I'm going to choose my second group and make that heading 2. And go down to my third group here and make that heading 3. Okay, I'm then going to save this for future use. Okay, now I'm going to apply the outline to the document. Applying the scheme to the document instructs DocStyle to go through each paragraph and apply the appropriate style. Let me show my style area again. And you can see here now that those numbered paragraphs that were in normal before are now have those heading styles that we defined. And the heading styles are linked to numbering, just like you would do if you went in and set this up yourself using Word's built-in numbering. Okay, next we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to create the outline from scratch using Create New Outline Scheme. Okay, so here I just want to define what my numbering is going to be. So same manner, I'm going to go down and just create a quick scheme here. Say I wanted heading 1 to be article, and I want it to be centered, and I want it to be bold. Okay, and I want my level 2 to be heading 2. Making this legal style numbering. And I want that to be first line indented. Okay, now as you're setting this up, you get a preview over here on the right, so you know exactly what you're doing. And again, I'm going to save this. Okay. I think I was supposed to save that document, but let's see. Now the DocStyle, this dialog that comes up is about the DocStyle numbering pane. I'm not going to show that right now. We'll come back to that later, so I'll just uncheck that and click yes. Okay, and you can see that applying a different scheme to the document changes up the numbering in the document. This is because the styles are updated using the new numbering format. Just save that. Okay. Now, manage schemes is used to edit, import, delete, and rename schemes. Now, you can see that the scheme that I saved is available here for future use, but that is not the real power here. The real power is the ability to use your existing documents and style sheets so you don't have to redo any work. DocStyle allows you to import numbering that you've previously set up in any Word document. So I'm going to import a document here from, well, let's just import this one again. So this is a document from Worldox, and you can see that numbering was here able to pick up all of the numbering from inside of that document. Now, this document is actually a document excellent group document, so we'll just rename it. Okay, and after importing the scheme, you can see the preview over here, and you can rename or go inside and edit the levels of that scheme. Okay, and you can do multiple schemes at once. So I'm going to import all of our default schemes here that come with DocStyle. And we just imported 10 schemes into our Manage Schemes dialog here. And these are just Word documents that you might have saved on your system. As long as numbering is set up the way you want it, all you have to do is browse out to that document and import it, and then that numbering is automatically recognized by DocStyle and is there for you to use going forward. Okay, So applying a scheme to your document is just going to copy the styles into your document. This means that as long as your style names don't conflict, you can apply as many numbering schemes as you want into a single document. So if I click apply here, now this time I'm going to leave the numbering pane on, and this is just a way for us to organize numbering in the document, so I'll show you that. So the DocStyle Advanced Numbering pane goes through the document and again groups all of your numbered paragraphs together by like numbers and allows you to take all of your numbered styles over here on the left and decide how you want those paragraphs to look. So for instance, all of these articles here, if I wanted to change them up to be a different type of number, for instance, app heading 1, all I have to do is double click on that, and then I get my numbering options here, so I can remove any type numbers. I can put in any line breaks that I want. Say I wanted 2 line breaks after the number, and then just click OK. And then you get prompted whether or not you want to apply that to the entire group. Okay, so all of those heading 1s have now been changed to app heading 1s with the correct numbering applied to it. So you have that functionality inside of the advanced numbering pane, which works with any document. There's nothing proprietary inside of the DocStyle numbering that this is looking for. So any document that has numbering in it, you can go through, group all those numbered paragraphs together and apply your numbering from your template. Okay. Now the last button in our numbering group here is our cross-referencing. Now, fortunately, this document doesn't contain any cross-references, so I'll close it out and show you one that does. This either. Okay, so this document here contains some cross-references in it. Again, it's not a long document for the demo purposes, but just to show you what the cross-referencing dialog looks like. So we're going to check this document for typed cross-references. Okay, so over on the left here, you'll see that we have the typed cross-references that were found in this document. And as you click through it, you'll get to browse through and see where that is in the document. And you can use the peek button here to kind of see through the dialog and up and down arrows to move through the document. Some of these typed references, DocStyle is able to recognize exactly where the numbered paragraph is for that particular reference. And that's why it automatically highlights that paragraph. So as you click through, you'll see that it changes which recommendation we have for your linked paragraph. Now, it's just a recommendation, so you'll still have to go through and link those paragraphs. Okay. You can also sort in here, so you can filter based on your linked, your unlinked, your flagged items, and you can sort by location. So where is it in the document, or alphabetically. Sorting alphabetically is a nice way to kind of group items together and then link those items all at once. So here you see I have these section 13s. DocStyle said we should link it to section 13 over here on the right. That looks correct, so I'm just going to click the link button there, and that's now linked. You can see the icon is updated. We have some things in here that maybe aren't set right. You know, we picked up an extra comma there at the end, so we can just flag this for review in the document. Okay, you also have the options here, and this gives you the ability to tell the application how you want to define cross-references. So by default, we look for these words before the numbers, and any place we find that, we'll consider that a possible cross-reference. So you can go through and customize this if you have things like figures or indexes that we're not automatically looking for, and add it here. And of course, you can set the colors that we're using to highlight the text. Once you click apply, those items will get flagged as this one did with a comment, or here you'll see that the type text has now been changed to a cross-reference. Okay. The other options inside cross-references, you can navigate your linked references, you can update your cross-reference fields, unlink them, and then get back into those options. So it's a very quick way to work with cross-references inside of your document. Okay. Next, I'm going to go through your automatic style section. So automatic styles is a quick way to apply Word's built-in styles to your document. Okay. This is the same document we've been working with, but everything is in normal here. So this is the same state the document would be in if you decided to create a clean document and save it. Now you would have a document that needed to be styled. So I showed you how to do the numbering using the numbering group. But let's say you just wanted to quickly style this entire document. You could use the Style Document button, and then you'd get this dialog with some cleanup options, whether you want to remove deleting tabs, blank paragraphs, remove any type numbers on numbered paragraphs. So this is the same functionality that you have where we're recognizing the numbered paragraph for you, and then we'll go through and apply the heading styles to those numbered paragraphs. So you'll see that titles and body text paragraphs were used where appropriate, and your numbered paragraphs here were given heading styles. Now, the heading styles are preserved here for your outline. We also use the list number styles. But if you go into your DocStyle settings here, you can tell DocStyle what styles to use to apply when using your automatic styles. Okay. Now, automatic styles is very quick and easy, which is why we kind of leave it for close to the end. There's not much to show there. It's really intended to be a one-click automated process for the users to have when they want to apply styles. You know, the next thing they might want to do is then go in and create a table of contents. So if you've seen a table of contents dialog before, this should be very familiar to you. You'll see a preview, some of your table of contents options here, and then the styles that you want to use inside your table of contents. So you can use your styles to link to your TOC levels, or you can use formatting to link to TOC. So when you use formatting, again, we group those paragraphs, those like paragraphs together. You tell us what level of the TOC you want it to be, and then we'll take care of the styling part of the process and generate that table of contents for you. Okay. Now, advanced styles, I'm not going to get into advanced styles here because we simply don't have enough time, but we do have a walkthrough of Style Match available on our website. And Style Match works much the same way that you saw with the numbering pane. It groups paragraphs together and allows you to apply your styles to those paragraphs and quickly change up the document to match your firm standards. Close out of this. Now, I do want to show you Insert PDF, simply because it's a great segue into the desktop client. So Insert PDF is a light version of our PDF conversion engine that is available directly inside of Word. Browse out. I'm going to grab a PDF file here. Now, after selecting the document, you see a thumbnail of all the PDF pages on the left and a preview of those pages over on the right. You can select individual pages that you want to insert into the document. You can then decide if you want to insert those pages as text or as images. If you choose to insert it as an image, you have the option here of what size you want to insert the image into your document. Smallest to largest. Smallest being if it's just a draft and you don't want to increase the size of your Word document too much. And then the largest, of course, is if you want to actually print this out, you'll get a good print quality with 300 pixels per inch. So I'm just going to select a few pages here and insert this as text. We're always going to generate a new section when inserting PDF text. And what's important to show you here is that the text comes in very clean. So all the text is going to be in normal. Your paragraphs are going to be grouped together. We still recognize things like headers and footers here. I don't know if I picked a page with footnotes. Yeah, so we did. So we still will recognize the footnotes from the PDF file. And these get brought into your Word document as real footnotes. Now, this is significantly more functionality that you get than if you try to insert a PDF into Word using Word's built-in features. But like I said, this is only a light version of our desktop client, which I'll show you now. The desktop client is a standalone application that has no dependencies on Microsoft Office or any PDF application. It is a conversion engine that will take your PDF file and convert it into a Word document. It is very straightforward to use. First, you simply select your PDF file either from your DMS or your local computer. And select the same PDF file that we've been using of the same document. And then you simply tell us where you want to save the output and what you want to call it and how many pages from the PDF you want converted. And click Next. We're just going to leave the defaults there. And the second screen here is where you choose how you want the PDF to be converted. You need to select if the PDF has text in it or is an image-based PDF. So if it's a printed PDF or a scanned PDF. How do you want us to handle styling this PDF? We can do no styles, we can use Word's built-in styles, or we can use the custom styles, which is a dialog much like you saw inside of the ribbon. I'm going to leave this on no styles for now, because we found that most people prefer to bring over the text clean and then style the document inside of Word using Word's features or the DocStyle Ribbon. Section breaks can be inserted as needed or after every page. Now, as needed means only where there is a change in header footer, page orientation, etc. Should we detect header footers or not? So if we detect headers and footers, that means that the text that is detected as being in the header and footer will get placed in the header and footer inside your Word document. If we do not detect headers and footers, then the text at the top of the document will just be placed at the top of the document inside of your Word document. Numbering, should we leave numbers as text or use automatic numbering and add that to the style definition? So if you leave it as text, nothing happens. We just bring the numbers over into your Word document. If you chose to style the document, then this option here is going to be available to you, automatic numbering. So that means that we recognize the numbering from the PDF file and then build that numbering into your styles inside of the Word document. and the table of contents. Again, this is tied to whether you want to style the document or not. So you can leave the manual table of contents, so just leave it in as text. Or if you chose to style it, we can try to regenerate the table of contents for you based on the styles that are applied to the document. And then your footnotes. Should we recognize footnotes or not? If we recognize footnotes, again, the text is brought in over to Word as footnotes rather than just text at the bottom of the page. And then the last option here is to open the conversion or not. Now the conversion is fairly quick. It takes a few seconds per page for a text-based PDF and about 10 seconds per page for image-based PDF. Now once the conversion is finished, and we chose to open it here, so I think that's the longest part of this process. So now we have a Word document here. And everything here is in normal because we chose not to style this document. Okay. But the important things here are that we picked up the text in the headers and footers. Section breaks only got inserted where they were needed. Okay, so we're not going to have a section break after every page. We're trying to generate more of a flowing document here so that you don't have that extra cleanup of having to go in and remove that section break from each page. And also you want the text as clean as possible. So grouping the paragraphs together is very important. Okay, and again, we are able to pick up the footnotes. So those are brought in as footnotes. Your page numbers are brought in as fields with no brackets around them or anything. And we pick up the page orientation. So we needed a section break here to change the page orientation. And then tables, of course, is very important. So the conversion engine is able to pick up tables, both bordered tables and tables that are not bordered. So the text in that document, in the PDF, doesn't tell you if it's a table or not. So the engine is able to recognize that this was a columned text and it puts it appropriately inside of a table in Word. Now the desktop client and the ribbon are part of one package, so you always get both, which is great because it adds great value to the product and allows you to decide which pieces of it that you need for your organization. So with that, that concludes our walkthrough. Thank you for sticking through it. And I'm going to pass this back to Chris.
Thank you very much, Adrian. We are at that point where we are ready to take some questions. If you have anything you'd like to talk a little bit about, anything that you've seen that might be of interest that you'd like to get a little bit deeper into in terms of how it works as an explanation, we're here for you.
Okay, let me see. This is Helen again. I'm looking to see what we have of questions for you. Here's one. Are you compatible with other numbering tools on the market? Somebody asked.
We don't need to be. Thank you for your question, first of all. Everything that we're creating inside of Microsoft Word and everything that we bring over from PDF, that is all created using the out-of-the-box structure of Microsoft Word. There's nothing proprietary. When you're finished using DocStyle, as you're sharing and collaborating these documents around, Word numbering, Word styles, Word functionality, all inherent native in the document, and that does not limit you in any way from utilizing any other legal solution on the market.
Okay, thank you very much. And let's see, what else do we have? We have somebody asked, how do you handle PDF conversions differently than Acrobat?
Acrobat and other PDF tools that are on the market they're going to focus on the conversion of that PDF file to Word in a way that is going to try to preserve the look of the PDF file as much as possible. They're going to use text boxes. They're going to use objects. They're going to try to position text. If they try to interpret a style, they're going to bring and assign that paragraph over in name only. They're not going to pick up the numbering the way it's supposed to be picked up in the way that we're trying to do it in DocStyle. We want to build a working Word document. We want to build a flowing Word document that is not limited in any way by, I use the term erroneous formatting, that would need to then be stripped out. The reason why you have to spend so much time cleaning up a PDF file to Word is because it's brought over in a way that doesn't really understand or respect the way Word has been designed to work. So we are making a conscious effort to try to correct that behavior by bringing the content over clean.
Okay, and if somebody wanted to find out more information, they could go and contact you through the website?
Yes, you can contact us through the website, or you can, and on there's a contact us form, there's a request for demo, much like this, only we'll get more engaged and answer questions directly. We also have a 14-day trial that's available that we send out of the software, so that you can play around with it, try it, use it in your own environment, and see how it works for you. And then any of those contact fields and forms and information about how to reach us is all available through DocStyle.net, which I will pull up the thank you page and just give you the information about the company, which has everything there as well.
Okay, let's see. We do have one more question. When you are cleaning a document, how do comments and track changes work?
Okay, it's a good question. So the create clean document, very popular feature, and it's popular in such a way that every organization that we've spoken to had their own way of creating a clean document, whether that be stripping the document down in Notepad and putting it into a new shell, or they had their own macros in place to kind of do some of the things that we do. So very early on in the process, one of the requests that we got was to bring over the comments and track changes when we create a clean document, because if you do it those other ways, you lose all of that information. So when we generate a new document, you have the option to remove all the comments and track changes, remove the track changes but retain the comments, or remove the comments and retain the track changes, or leave all the comments and track changes in the document. So inside of the new shell, you get a brand new document, and then part of the process is to regenerate all of those comments and track changes from the old document. So you get the best of both worlds, because you get the new document, and then we take the information from the old document and create it new in your new document, complete with the name of the user that added the comments or the track changes. So it's very flexible, and you can mix and match what you want, and it's a feature that's been very well received. And I want to thank the person who suggested that we put it in there in the first place. So that's how we handle comments and track changes on those clean documents.
That sounds great. It's nice to be able to have that information and keep be able to look back and see what happened to it. Let me see. I think that was the last question. I don't know, Chris or Adrian, if you have anything else you would like to add. Any last comments?
The only thing that I'd like to add is that your feedback is very important to us. DocStyle is an evolving product, and it's an evolving process of listening, learning, understanding of what you're looking for. There's a lot of nuance and detail into what we do, and it's designed for you to make your life easier. And so we're always open to any request and any thought about how to better improve the product so that we can deliver a better solution for you as a customer. And we're continuing to work on this product every day, every month, every year. We have not slowed down one bit, not during this difficult time that we're in now, or we don't anticipate in the near future or down the road. So we're very grateful and happy for the information that you're able to provide for us, and we'd like you to continue to do so and share with us how we can make this the best product for you.
Okay, so we want to thank you, Chris and Adrian, for sharing all the details about DocStyle with us today. And we will post a recording of this webinar, so anyone unable to attend today will still have a chance to see it. To those of you who were able to join us today, we thank you very much, and we hope you will join us again soon for another presentation in our technology webinar series. So we thank everyone again, and have a good weekend.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you to Worldox for having us. We're so grateful to be here today. Have a wonderful weekend.